Well, folks, this is Rod Charles here at Oxford High School, along with my Kimosabi, Mr. Bill Service. We have a swimming and diving meet tonight, Oxford versus Berkley, our friends from southern Oakland County. Of course, coming up here, they think we're a long ways away, but we can say the same thing about heading south. Yeah, one of the great things about swimming, especially the girls' swimming and diving teams, is the amount of enthusiasm you see. It's really fun. I mean, you just heard the girls from Oxford High School cheering and chanting and dancing, and now you see the young ladies from Berkley over here doing the same thing. What a fun thing to do, and I hope all the parents are really proud of their student athletes. Once again, this is Rod Charles and my Kimosabi, Mr. Bill Service for OCTV. Right now I'm going to take a break, and we'll get ready for the meet to start shortly.
I used to think news is news. It's all the same. But it's not. There's a big difference between local broadcast news and cable news. See, local stations are part of my community, connecting me to local news, weather, and sports on every device. It makes sense. Get the news from the people I trust who actually live here. No agenda, no bias like on cable shout shows or social media, just facts. For news I can trust, I stay local. Support your local stations. Text TV to 52886 today.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What's your name?
Peyton Bailey.
Well, folks, as you just heard, that was Caitlin Bailey singing our national anthem. Once again, Oxford High School against Berkley High School here at Oxford High School. October 12th, Columbus Day. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and let's see how the girls doing sailing here at Oxford High School. The meet tonight's going to be recorded, or is being recorded, by Oxford Community Television. Anybody who wants a copy can call OCTV at 248-628-9658. It's only $10 a copy, and you can watch all the sports and all the events from OCTV any Monday to Friday from 4 to 6:30, and Saturdays and Sundays from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock on Charter Channel 191. And AT&T Channel 99. As per usual, the first event tonight is the 200-yard medley relay. That's 8 lengths to pull. Each competitor is going to be doing 2 lengths. So our first competitor is going to be doing back, then breaststroke, then butterfly, followed by freestyle. Wildcats are in the even lane. Now, lane 1 is the lane that's closest to the camera. So let's take a look at lane 2. We're going to have Tate Hamilton, Kaylee Rogers, Emily Viken, and Laura Mace. Lane 4 for the Wildcats, Ashley Welk, Grace Charnstrom, Rachel Cummins, and Jenna Fissler. 6 for Oxford is going to be Claire Alexander, Victoria McClanagan, Sabrina Kirk, and Peyton Bailey, who just did a great job singing our national anthem. And lane 8, far side from the camera, lane 8, Paige Hodder, Kinsey Jones, Elsa Rodriguez, and Mackenzie Finley. So once again, the Wildcats are in the even lanes, and Berkley is in the odd lanes. Lane 1 is the lane, here again, closest to the camera. Our two officials tonight, Jason Leshevich and Debbie Bunker Plasters. Backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle. A couple of basics always look for. Backstroker start in the water. Those flags we see across the pool are there so the backstrokers can judge their distance from the end. What you're going to see in a backstroke is you're going to see the arms turn over their head, rotating, of course, and then a flutter kick. All right, so once again, Oxford's in the even lanes. So lane 4, Oxford swimmers got a first place going. Looks like 1-3 for the Wildcats right now. Here comes the breaststroke. All right, good start over there by the Wildcats in 4. You got to watch those premature jumps that could disqualify a team. The preceding swimmer must touch the wall before the next swimmer can take off. That's why we have two officials. They watch for that. It's something that's pretty easy to catch. Okay. Breaststroke, obviously. Wildcats got a 1-3. Okay, here comes the butterfly. Wildcats in first. Oxford has a chance for a 1-3, it looks like right now. Who knows? Let's see how that butterfly goes. Berkley swimmer looks really strong. Butterfly, as you see, both hands come over, thumbs come in the water, and a very sharp dolphin kick. Well, here we go, folks. This is it for the first place. Wildcats got about a half a second lead off that start. 2 lengths. Let's see how the turn goes. Better hit it fast. There she goes. First place gets 8 points for their team. We got about 18 inches separation. Whoa! And I'm going to give it that one to the Wildcats. And we've got a third place for the Wildcats. Okay, here comes lane 5. Here comes lane 2 for the Wildcats. And the far side are lane 8. Touches out her competitor over there on lane 7. So good job by the Wildcats. Pick up a bunch of points in the 200-yard medley relay. That was a nice swim right there. Very, very fast swim. 1:57 is a very good time for the medley relay. You see how close it is. It was about 0.4 of a second difference between the swimmers. Maybe the length of someone's hand. Good job all the way around.
And our second event is the 200-yard freestyle. There are 2 heats in this event.
Okay, next race is the 200-yard freestyle. This is 8 lengths. We have a 25-yard pool here at Oxford High School. That's the standard pool length in high schools across the United States. Once in a while, you'll see a 20-yard pool in some of the older schools. And on occasion, some of you do a 25-meter. Olympic pools are 50 meters. If you go to Oakland University, sometimes they have a 50-meter pool there. Okay, the 200 freestyle, 8 lengths. We have 2 heats of this. Lane 2, we've got Maddie Levins here in lane 2. Lane 4 for the Wildcats, Izzy Frechette. Lane 6, Maggie Pill. And lane 7, Kinsey Jones. This is the first of 2 heats. 8 lengths crawl stroke. We say crawl, that's the technical name. Most of us just say freestyle. Freestyle means you can do any stroke you want. If you watch the freestylers, what we want to see is the head kept low. When they want to breathe with a turn to the side, of course, catch a breath. And while your face is in the water, you want to be blowing bubbles out through your nose and your mouth. The intensity of the kick depends on the length of the race. So a 50-yard freestyle, what we'll see is a lot of hard kicking. A 500 freestyle, typically the kick is not as intense as the short races. And the same thing would be true of the arm turnover. If you look at the swimmers right now, the 200 freestyle is enough of a distance where you can't do that intense kick until your last couple of lengths. Of course, it's also individual. Some swimmers take it out hard, some people bring it back fast. That's one of the things that coaching can do, is help a swimmer learn her pace. Here we go. We got 3 Wildcats way out there. 4 Wildcats, I should say. Let's make it 4. Some very nice technique. You can see these people have been working diligently at practice. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the actual Wildcats. One of the things we all want to look at, we see the swimmers, is improvement. So sometimes, it's great to win a first place, a second place, etc. But we also want to see, where we are at the beginning of the season compared to the end of the season. And obviously we use the clock to see how that improvement goes. But it's also good to see an improvement on with the technique. What's the arm stroke look like? What's the kicking like? How's the breathing technique? How's the pacing? This is what coaches are doing for the athletes during the practices that they're at every morning or after school or Saturdays or whatever else. The 3 things are always going to be strength, conditioning, and technique. Any sport. Could be wrestling, it could be swimming, could be football. Strength, technique, and conditioning. Every sport's a little bit different, of course, in those 3, but those are 3 basic components of success physically. Okay, our finals for the 200-yard freestyle. Same race we just saw. 8 lengths freestyle. So for the Wildcats, lane 2 is Caitlin Griffith. Lane 4 for the Wildcats, Ashley Welk. Lane 6, Sabrina Kirk. So I suspect this is going to be a pretty good race. We should see some pretty good times. Ashley's had some pretty good times so far this year. 8 lengths freestyle. No swimmer in lane 1, as we can see. Right now, our swimmers look like a flock of geese. The lead swimmer out front. Lead swimmer out front, that's a pretty good statement there. Our swimmer in the middle of the pool is out in front. Okay, here comes the halfway mark. Let's see what Ashley's time is at the 100, roughly. She hits the wall at about a 59.6. Second place hits about a 104, and then about a 105.5 for third. Oxford's got first. Right now, Berkley's got second and third. But the Wildcats are moving on, moving up, moving up. Come on, let's go, let's go. Come on, Wildcats, let's move it. 2 more lengths. Come on, girls, let's go. So lane 2 for the Wildcats. Let's see. It's a battle for second place here. Lane 2, lane 3, lane 5 are very, very close. No question as to what first place is going to be. Okay, so Oxford gets 1, 4, 5. Well, that was a pretty great swim right there. First place looks like about a 2:01.9. That may be, if not her best, certainly one of her best times this year. Well, time for them to catch their breath after that. That was a pretty exciting race there towards the end. And remember, there's a lot of ways in swimming and diving to achieve success. Not just first place or second place, but hey, did somebody improve their time? Did they get some points for their team when the team needed points? A lot of opportunities for success in the swim pool. Okay, here we are for the IM. Individual medley. Fly back breast free. 8 lengths. Okay, 2 lengths butterfly. Once again, got to watch when they touch the wall. The rules are they must touch with both hands simultaneously. That 2-hand touch is at the finish and the wall too, but okay, after the fly, we've got backstroke. Fly back, breast free. Lane 2, Addie Bishop for the Wildcats. Lane 4, Jenna Fissler. Lane 6, Grace Charmstrom. And lane 8, Nellie Charmstrom for the Wildcats. All right, next is the breaststroke. Breaststroke is where you can really see the difference. Let's see what happens, especially over the lanes 4, 5, 6, and 8. It's going to be really close. Actually, let me take a look here. Right now, it's shaping up to be 1-3 for the Wildcats. Lane 2, Addie Bishop. Lane 4, Jenna Fissler. Lane 6, Grace Charmstrom. And lane 8, Nellie Charmstrom. Okay, now we got the freestyle. 2 lengths. Right now, Oxford's got a pretty commanding 1-2. All right. Fantastic. All right. Great job by the Wildcats. By the way, right now, folks, the Oxford Wildcats have an undefeated season going. From the looks of it right now, I think we can say that this meet is going to be falling in line with all the other meets. Of course, it ain't over till it's over, as Yogi might say. Just a reminder for our friends watching the meet tonight, this is Rod Charles, Oxford Community Television, along with my partner, Mr. Bill Service. So if the camera looks a little bit fuzzy, it's probably Bill. It's not the water on the lens. If you want a copy of the meet tonight, give OCTV a phone call. They'd love to hear from people. 248-628-9658. You get a copy for $10. That's not bad. It's a great keepsake. It's something to remember. You look back in 10 years and relive the fun. You can also watch all sporting events on the OCTV any Monday to Friday from 4 to 6:30. And Sundays and Saturdays from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Just turn on Charter Channel 191. Or AT&T Channel 99. So if you are a Charter subscriber, you go to Channel 191, and if you get AT&T, you go to Channel 99. And let me give you those times again. Monday through Friday from 4 o'clock to 6:30. And the weekends, you can turn off football and watch these athletes 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Once again, it's Oxford Wildcats versus the Berkley team. Okay. Now, we have 5 heats of the 50 freestyle coming up. 5 heats. I mean, that's a lot. But one of the great things about it, it's a 2-length race, and here again, it's a testimony to what a great sport this is. Everybody gets to participate. You know, you come, you work hard in practice, you give up your time, you work out, you go through all these things. Everybody is in the game. Everyone's in the meet. So we got 5 heats of the 50. So lane, here again, in the meets here, Oxford's in the even lanes. So here we have here. Let's take a look. We've got lane 2. Is actually this time it's going to be Megan McFarland for Berkley. Our Oxford swimmers in heat 1. Lauren Champagne is in lane 3. Alexis Johnson in lane 4. 2 lengths, and away they go. You know, the 50 freestyle is the shortest race in high school swimming. So this is an intense race. It's the closest thing we will see to all out. This is a race when you see at the college level or state meet where every component of the race is magnified. You got to have a fast start, you got to have a fast swim, you got to hit your turn, and you darn well better have your arms stretched out when you get close to the wall, because if you don't, your competitors will. Okay, good technique there. So here we are. That was heat 1. Let's get up. We got heat 2 of the 50 freestyle coming up. I don't know who to cheer for because everybody in this heat is an Oxford person. So let's cheer for all of them. Lane 2, closest to the camera, is Tabitha Sterner. Lane 3, Anna DeMeglio. Lane 4, Grace Nunez. Lane 5, Brooke Manzik. Lane 6, Gihan Maxwell. Lane 7, Victoria Provo. In lane 8, Paige Dell. Okay, let's go Oxford. Let's sweep this race.
Second heat of the 50-yard freestyle is an all Oxford heat.
So if we just watch the start, here again, on a short race, every component is magnified. When you're on the blocks, you want to get ready to go. Nice swim, very nice swim. Good starts, nice technique, arm movement, nice kicking. Okay, here we go, lane 3 for the Wildcats and the Berkley Bears. So let's take a look at our Oxford swimmers here. Lane 2 is Paige Hodder. Lane 4, toward the center of the pool, is Tate Hamilton. Lane 6 is Maddie Johnson, and lane 8 is Elsa Rodriguez. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Looks like Maddie Johnson over there in lane 6 is taken first. All right, see some good swimming there again. Nice technique, good job. Becomes heat 4 out of 5 is our next splendid event. So for the Wildcats in lane 2, Mackenzie Finley. Lane 4, Laura Mace. 6, Emily Viken. And lane 8, Emily McClear. Boom! And nowadays, of course, they don't use a starting gun like they did many years ago. One of the benefits of the touch pads is that it's coordinated with the timing devices. Wow. There's some pretty good times there in that 50-yard race again. Oxford Community Television, OCTV, channel 191 for charter subscribers, channel 99 for our friends who subscribe to AT&T. Okay, let's go to Heat 5 now. Wildcats. Closest to the camera, we've got Rachel Cummins in lane 2. Lane 4 is Claire Alexander. In lane 6, Victoria McLenigan. Well, Berkley got its first on the 50 freestyle with a very nice time of 27.45. I'm sorry, 20. Well, let's see. It looked like, well, let's find out the official. According to the clock, Oxford won the race. We'll see what they say. It's a nice thing about touchpads and having two officials. Right now, what we're going to see is the diving. Unfortunately, Berkley doesn't have any divers. Hey, Coach. And just a reminder, we have 3 people that judge diving. We have a coach from each team, and then one of the officials will evaluate the dives. So we're going to have Coach Pearson, one of our officials, and I assume a representative from Berkley over there. Every meet there's a required dive that every diver must perform. It's helpful because it means the divers are going to do every category. You can't hide from a category. Everyone has a category that's better than the other ones, but having a required dive means that everybody at least must be familiar with one of the categories. You can't avoid, you can't hide. Coach, what's the required dive tonight? Inward. Yeah. Coach Pearson said it's the inward dive tonight. Okay, let's take a quick break while the divers are warming up, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. Emily Gata, inward dive tuck. Difficulty rating is 1.4. Can you hear me? That was Emily Gata. Can you hear Bill?
3.5, 2.5, 3.5.
Can you hear?
Second diver, Sage Baracco, doing a 401C inward dive tuck, difficulty 1.4. Third diver,
Okay, how we doing? Are we good, Bill? Are we good? Okay, folks, just a reminder. Each diver does 6 dives. We only have Oxford divers tonight. Nobody in Berkeley or from Berkeley. That's on the board.
Just waiting for Emily's scores to come across.
Okay, right now we're waiting for Emily's scores to come across on the board. Checking the electronic system.
3.5, 2, 3.
3.5, 2, 2.
Sage doing a 402C inward, 1 somersault tuck, difficulty 1.6.
Okay, Sage Bracco. Inward with 1 somersault tuck. Nice dive.
Four, 5. Kira
4.
is doing a 403C inward, 1.5 somersault tuck, difficulty 2.2.
Karavelkian. Inward dive, 1.5 somersaults tuck. Now, to get 1.5 somersaults, then she has to have a fairly tight tuck in there so that she can get that spinning going. Let's see how she does. Typically, she gets good height off the board. Very nice dive. Nice height. Nice tight tuck and a very, very good entry. I personally think the judges didn't treat her fairly. 5.5, 6.5, 5.5. That's definitely at least a 6.5. But whatever. Maybe they're from East Germany.
Next up is Emily doing a 202C.
Emily Gata
1 somersault tuck, difficulty.
doing a back dive, 1 somersault tuck position. Difficulty rating on this is 1.5. A lot of diving is all about physics. You know, getting good height off the board
3.5.
versus going outward away from the board.
Sage is doing a 403C inward.
Sage is doing an inward dive, 1.5 somersaults tuck. So here again, when you tuck, you're going to have your hands around your knees and pull them up towards your chest. How tight you tuck will determine how quickly you spin. Let's see how Sage does on this. Very nice dive. Very good dive. Little bit of a twist at the end there. Legs could have been maybe a little bit together more, but very nice dive. 5, 5, 5, and the judges have unanimity.
Next, Kira is doing a 203B.
Kara,
1.5 somersault.
1.5 somersaults. Pike.
2.3.
So the previous dive was a tuck where you pull your knees up. The pike, you're going to keep yourself. You're going to keep your knees locked. Difficulty is 2.3. Good dive. Obviously, it's a more difficult dive, 2.3. Judges give her 4.5, 5.5, 5.5. So the beauty of doing a higher degree of difficulty is the obvious, that we get more points when we do higher difficulty dives.
Doing a 101C forward dive tuck, difficulty 1.2.
Emily's doing a 1.2 difficulty dive. That's a forward dive in the tuck position. Here again, when we look at the diving pool, we see that water squirting out from underneath the diving board. That's so there's some ripples in the water so that divers get a perspective on how far they are from the water. If it was no ripples, they wouldn't have an idea when they should open up their dive. Okay, Sage. Obviously a back dive. 1.7 degree of difficulty in that one. Let's see the judges' scores. 3.5, 4.5, 3.5.
Next, Kira is doing a 53-23 reverse one.
Kira.
1.5 twist free.
This is the highest degree of difficulty so far tonight. It's a reverse dive, 2.4 difficulty. Reverse one somersault with a half twist. So she has to come off the board and then make her body go backwards towards the diving board. Very good. Now the judges at the state meet or regional is going to say, good dive, maybe a little bit more height so you get your arms down along your side of your body. Our three judges give her 4.5, 6, and 4.5. That was a 2.4 difficulty rating. Okay, Sage is coming up, doing a 1.7 back dive with a somersault, and it has a half twist. So back dive, one somersault with a half twist. Judges' scores are 4, 4, and 3.
Next, Kira is doing a 303B reverse 1.5 somersault pike.
Kira's doing another reverse dive.
2.4.
So she's doing a reverse dive with 1.5 somersaults, pike position. The difficulty in this one is also a 2.4. So she's doing some tough dives, and if you want to do well at the regionals or the state meet, you've got to do higher degree of difficulty dives. Very good dive. I'm going to say 5.5, 6 myself. Judges say 5, 6.5, and 6.
So we're going to go round 6?
For our 6th round.
All right. Our last round is coming up. Diving is going quickly tonight because Berkley has no athletes to compete in diving.
Difficulty 1.6.
Sage is doing a forward dive with 1.5 somersaults tuck. Okay, we're waiting for the scores to show up here.
Can you please push round 6? Yes. Diver 2, yes. And score.
Well, it looks like we have another malfunction in the scoring equipment here. Coach Pearson's over there.
Guys, can we try that one? Can you score that one?
Coach Pearson's helping get the scoring device fixed. So now our scores show up. 4, 2.5, 3.5.
Of the evening, Kira is doing a 105C forward 2.
Kara's last dive tonight.
Difficulty 2.4.
Another 2.4 degree of difficulty. This is a forward dive with 2.5 somersaults tuck. It's a real pretty dive. She should get good height off the board. She's got to do 2.5 somersaults. It's quite a bit. And as I said before, she's going to tuck, meaning pulling her knees up toward her chest, and that should help her spin so that she has enough time to enter the water cleanly. Okay, nice dive. Judges give her 4.5, 5.5, 4.5.
4.5.
She'd get another couple points out of that if she had a more perpendicular entry, but that was a pretty good dive overall. Very, very nice dive. Okay, we're going to take a break right now. The swimmers get 10 minutes to warm up after the diving. Loosen up, warm up. Once again, it's the Oxford Wildcats against the Berkley Bears. And we can all get a copy of this meet tonight by calling OCTV at 248-628-9658. $10. You can watch all the swimming and diving you want to see on OCTV Mondays through Fridays from 4 o'clock to 6:30. Saturdays and Sunday on Charter, by the way. Saturday and Sunday is 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and I was beginning to say on Charter Channel 191 and Channel 99 for AT&T. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back.
Do you love local sports? Whether it's Oxford High School or Parks and Rec, you can buy copies of each game. To purchase your copy, call us at 248-628-9658 or give us an email at manager@occtv.org or talk to us at the next game. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Hi folks, this is Rod Charles, Oxford Community Television. I'm here with my famous Kimosabi, Mr. Bill Service. Bill's working the camera tonight. I'm working the audio. I've got our meet at hand tonight, our swimming and diving meet, the Oxford swimming and diving team versus the Berkley diving and swimming team. They came all the way up here from southern Oakland County, way down south. And let's take a minute here. Let's grab the diving coach, Mr. John Pearson. John, see if you can come on over here without falling in the water. Oh, you coach diving, that's that right?
I can do that, yes.
Okay, tell us what's your philosophy of coaching diving?
Well, I like to take all the kids, doesn't matter what they've had in terms of previous experience, and teach them how to dive safely, teach them how to take chances, teach them to learn how to trust themselves, succeed, and how to handle failure, because that happens too.
It's been known to happen, that's right. Yeah. So how many athletes on the diving team right now for Oxford?
Oxford has 3 divers right now, 3 varsity divers.
And then you also coach Romeo, do you?
I coach Romeo High School. We've got 4 varsity divers over there.
So how do you work the practice between the 7 student athletes that you have?
The girls go back and forth. So we do some practices over at Romeo. We do some practices here at Oxford. Okay. The biggest advantage that we've had is we've always had a wide variety of ability in our athletes. So when the Oxford girls are learning, I may have an All-American over at Romeo that they can actually learn from. This year it's the other way around. Our really good diver, our best diver out of the 7 divers is Kira. So my Romeo divers are learning a ton working out with Kira every day. It's a really good mesh.
And now Romeo's building a new high school, is that correct?
I've heard they're building a new high school. I'm hoping that we get a new facility over there as well.
Okay, but you don't know for sure, right? Is that right? I mean, that's what I'm hearing you say. You're not certain.
I'm not certain there's going to be a new facility. I know they're redoing our pool right now, the Romeo pool, that as it exists. They've got some work to do, and they're going to put a lot of money in it to make sure it's safe for the swimmers and divers and the community. We're hoping we get a new facility when the new high school goes in, though. Which
amazes me because I think I've told you before, I was the first swim coach at Romeo High School.
Okay.
I introduced the pool to the community, and I coached the divers and the swimmers myself. Yep. So back then, that was a brand new pool, but I was only 6 years old at the time.
Well, you also had a very fast pool over there at Romeo. It is still one of the fastest pools in the county.
Well, 8-lane pool helps. Now, one of the nice things about our school here is that we've got a separate diving facility, unlike Romeo, so the divers can practice without worrying about the diver or the swimmers going underneath them. Is that right?
It helps us a lot. We've got 2 boards here. We've got all kinds of rooms so we can do all kinds of drills, and it's a really nice thing. One thing we don't have here that we have over there, though, is I've got a spotting rig over there. So when it's time to learn a new dive and I've got a diver that's a little unsure, I can keep them safe by putting them in ropes and spotting them into their dive.
So would you like to get a spotting rig over here at Oxford?
I would love a spotting rig here, and we would also like to do some fundraising because we'd love to get a 3-meter here. A 3-meter here would help our high school program as well as help develop a good club program.
So what's the dollar sign behind that?
We need to raise about $6,000.
$6,000, is that right? So have you got some ideas in mind, or is it still in the planning stage?
Well, we're in the planning stage. We're going to get together with some parents and the boosters and see what we can come up with. But if we can get a 3-meter here, I think we can make sure that our divers support their swim team by scoring a lot of points, both in dual meets and in the high school championship meets.
Okay, and one of the things you and I talked about a few minutes ago was there's a meet coming up tomorrow, you said? You want to give us a little bit of background on that meet, the diving and swimming?
Sure.
But let's talk about the diving in particular, okay?
Sure. We have the Michigan Interscholastic Swim Coaches Association invitational meet tomorrow. So we do all the diving on Friday night, all the swimming on Saturday, but the diving is kind of fun. We have the top 32 divers in the whole state, all 3 divisions, all come together. They do 11 dives, no cuts, to compete head-to-head and see who actually is getting ready for that state championship. Because that's the best competition in the state. And
well,
it's
you
tomorrow.
say the top 30 of all divisions. Well, that's pretty intense. So you have a diver going, obviously.
Kira Valtigian's going. She's ranked up there in the top half, and I think she'll do very, very well. This will be a good gauge for us to see what we have to work on between now and the state championships.
And where is this meet going to be?
This meet's over at Eastern Michigan University. It's a nice facility.
Right. Mike Jones used to be the coach there, if I recall.
Absolutely.
I think the pool's named after Coach Jones, if my memory's right. I can't.
Jones Sanatorium.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
Absolutely.
I actually remember Coach Jones. Anyhow, once again, John Pearson here, the Oxford diving coach, doing a great job over here, and let's find out next time about how things go up in Ypsilanti. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. We just heard from Coach Pearson. Oxford has a very good diver that we just saw. Kara's done a great job. Apparently one of the top 30 divers in the entire state of Michigan, and that includes all divisions. Not just D1, D2, D3, or whatever else, but everybody. So that's quite an accomplishment by the coach and by Kara both. Okay, here we go, folks. 100-yard butterfly, 4 lengths butterfly. Couple key things to watch: the dolphin kick. Both legs are together, toes pointed. Arms are going to come over the head simultaneously. Typically you want to see a thumb entry into the water, and then you do kind of an S curve underneath the water. The chins should stay low. You don't want to lift your head up too far and get a lot of resistance. 4 lengths butterfly. And away they go. For our Wildcats, we've got Nellie Charnstrom here in lane 2. That's closest to the camera, of course. Lane 4, Jenna Fissler. Lane 6, Rachel Cummins. And lane 8, Elsa Rodriguez. Very good split in that first 50 for the swimmers. It's going to be a close race for second place, it looks like. Oxford has got a pretty commanding lead. Lane 4, unless she gets disqualified. Nope, nice good turn. Oxford had a much better turn on that last butterfly turn, and that really made the difference. Otherwise, it'd be closer between second and third. Let's see if Oxford can pick up third. 1 for Oxford, second place for Oxford, and 4th for Oxford. Looks like 6th place for Oxford, and let's go. Come on, Elsa. It's a tough race. Tough race. Keep that head down. All right. Good swimming. Nice job.
Next 7, the 100-yard freestyle.
Okay.
Heats of this event.
We got 2 heats of the 100 free. So let's take a look at Oxford again in the even lanes tonight's meet. Lane 2, Paige Dell. Lane 4, Tabitha Sterner. Lane 6, Grace Nunez. Lane 8, Lauren Champagne. All right, nice, good, clean start.
And heat 1 for the Bears in lane 1.
That was heat 1 of the 100-yard freestyle. Heat 2 coming up. Okay, let's see what we have here for the Wildcats. Lane 1. Hannah DeMeglio. Lane 2, Addie Bishop. Lane 4, Peyton Bailey. Lane 6, Kaylee Rogers. Lane 8, Izzy Frechette. So we have Oxford's in lane 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. 4 lengths freestyle.
In the beginning, I was like trying to edit stuff.
Take him out.
For the Bears in lane 3, lane 5, Chelsea Luxton. Lane 7, Katie Wilkins. For the Wildcats.
All right, 4 lengths. Here comes the first 50. Splits about a 27-9 for our lead swimmer from Berkley. What happened? So Berkley gets the first place, the second one of the evening, and Oxford picks up a 2-3. Couldn't quite see the other finishes. First place, 57-8. Once again, Oxford High School, Berkley High School. Oxford Community Television, Mr. Bill Service, working the camera. This is Rod Charles with the microphone. I was going to say Batman and Robin, but I'm not sure if that would be appropriate. We could say Lone Ranger and Tonto. I don't know. Starsky and Hutch. Anyhow, if you would like a copy of the meet tonight, just a reminder, call our friends at OCTV, 248-628-9658. Charter Channel 191, AT&T Channel 99. Oxford High School and Berkley High School, October 12th, Columbus Day. Okay, now we have the longest race of high school swimming, the 500-yard freestyle, 20 lengths of the pool, 20 lengths of the 25-yard pool. We watch this race, if you can think about the 50 free or the 100 free and watch the difference in the kick, for example, you can see a slower kick, slower arm turnover, of course. And obviously, the longer the race, the more important pacing is. The swimmers' colleagues at the far end of the pool are there to help keep track of how many lengths the swimmers have done. When the lead swimmer has 2 lengths to go, the official will let everyone know by shooting off the air gun.
Freestyle.
20 lengths freestyle. So here we have for the Oxford Wildcats in lane 2, Kaylin Griffith. Lane 4 toward the center of the pool, we've got Sabrina Kirk. Lane 6, Emily Viken. Lane 8, Maddie Lovins. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's not be late. Oxford, let's go. "20 lengths. Here's the first 100. First 100 yards. And we mentioned earlier that the 3 components are conditioning, technique, and strength. Every race is going to emphasize that a little bit differently. If we take a look at the 50, that's going to be more strength. I mean, all of them include all 3 elements, but they're going to be emphasized differently depending on the length of the race, among other things. So here again, the 500 freestyle, you're going to see a lot more of the effect of conditioning. Distance swimmers love that old phrase, and so do distance runners, where the going gets tough, the sprinters drop out. It's one of those teasing things that they like to do in practice. But the 500 freestyle takes a lot of things mentally because it is a 20-length race, so you've got to have that discipline to just keep on going. Okay, lead swimmers, that was 6 lengths. Okay, lead swimmers just finished the halfway mark, 10 lengths. So now we are, well, I should say we are past the halfway mark. That was the 12th length. So we can say that was the home stretch that we're on right now. The way this race is shaping up between the first couple of swimmers, it's anyone's guess as to how it's going to end up. Right now, there's some pretty sore athletes in that pool. Arms and legs are tired, but the lungs are burning. Every breath of air is very, very important. Okay, it's pretty much a dead heat at this point. Only 4 lengths to go. They're starting to pull it on. You can see the arm movement picking up, and you can see the kicking picking up. Anyone's race. There's the air horn for the lead swimmers. Berkley hits the wall first. Berkley's got about a 3.5 second lead at this point. Oxford gets second and third and fifth. And here we go. That's Maddie over there toughing it out. Got to give credit to these athletes for hanging in there, finishing the race, 20 lengths. Young lady over there is pouring it on right now. Pretty great to see. Okay, Oxford Community Television, Charter Channel 191, AT&T Channel 99. Mr. Bill Service running the camera. This is Rod Charles. Our next race is going to be a relay race. Always fun to watch relay races. This is a freestyle relay race, 200 yards. Every swimmer is going to do 2 lengths, so this is an all-out race. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement. A little bit of danger, too, because the swimmers, it's easy to get disqualified if somebody jumps too soon. As we said earlier, that's something that's relatively easy for the officials to catch. So the timing is critical on relays. You can't you've got to have your feet on the starting block when the preceding swimmer touches the wall. Now you can be moving, you can be in motion. In fact, you darn well better be in motion. But you at least got to have your tippy toes on that starting block when the preceding swimmer touches the wall. Okay, for the Wildcats, and by the way, we're gonna have 2 heats of this race. I think everybody, including the coaches, is swimming tonight.
Ladies, quiet. Ladies, quiet.
Okay, for the Wildcats, lane 3, we've got Sage Broca, Lauren Champagne, Tabitha Sterner, Grace Nunez. Lane 4 for the Wildcats, Emily McClear, Brooke Manzik, Audrey Manzik, and Maggie Pill. Lane 6 for the Wildcats, Jehan Maxwell, Izzy Frechette, Elsa Rodriguez, and Addie Bishop. Lane 7 for the Wildcats, Alexis Johnson, Paige Dell, Victoria Provo, and Anna DeMeglio. 2 lengths. I don't think so. We have 2 heats of this race, 200-yard freestyle relay.
We are going to be Diego.
Nice race. Good job. No disqualifications. Some good swimming all the way around. Let's see what happens in Heat 2 of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Okay, for our Wildcats of Oxford, in lane 2, we have Kinsey Jones, Emily Gata, Laura Mace, and Maddie Lovins. Lane 4 for Oxford. Ashley Welch, Claire Alexander, Victoria McClanagan, and Jenna Fistler. 6 for the Wildcats. Lane 6. We have Kara Vialtian. Our diver is Coach Pearson was just talking about. She's in lane 6. Maddie Johnson, Nellie Charnstrom, and Kaylin Griffith. Each swimmer doing 2 lengths, all out. You watching that pool, you want to see that hard, intense kicking that you're seeing right now. This is a race you don't have to hold anything back. Okay, Oxford's got a slight lead at the beginning. Nice split there. Wow, good turns. Nice, sharp, crisp turns there. You know, hitting the turn in any stroke is something that a person's got to practice. All right. Great start there in lane 4. Wow, she was on the money. Okay, right now the race is shaping up for second place. We got Berkley in 3rd, 4th, and Oxford in 5th. Let's see if Oxford can make up some territory. Okay, first place for the Wildcats. Lane 5 gets second, and lane 3 for the Berkley Bears. Lane 6 for the Wildcats. Lane 2 for the Wildcats. .147.65 was first place. It's a very, very fast time. And now we have the backstroke. 4 lengths. Watching the backstroke, just a couple basic things again. The flags we see are there for a purpose. They're there to make sure the backstrokers have an idea of how far they are from the end of the pool so they can get ready to finish, get ready to do their turn. But it's to tell them the distance from the end of the pool. One of the changes in backstroke over the last decade or so is the start and the turn. What we see nowadays is the backstrokers go a long ways underwater before they surface and start using their arms. Many years ago, they would come off the blocks and start kicking and pulling almost immediately. Now they go a long ways underwater. When this race starts, let's take a peek and see how far they go underwater. And the same thing is going to be true in the turns. Now in the turns, they get 1 stroke. They can turn onto their belly as they start turning. They get 1 stroke. They do 2 strokes. It's a disqualified. So they can turn on their belly, do a flip turn, and then come off. And as I said, one of the changes over the last 10 years or so is they go a long ways underwater, which is excruciating when you're racing and your lungs are burning. Okay, we've got 2 heats. Lane 3, Mackenzie Finley for Oxford. Lane 4, Tate Hamilton for the Wildcats. Lane 6, Paige Hodder. And lane 7 for Emily McClear. Okay, first split's about a 36. Heat 1 of the 100-yard backstroke. Okay, Heat 2. Lane 2 for the Wildcats, we have Kaylee Rogers. Lane 4, Grace Charnstrom. Lane 6, Victoria McLennigan. Well, as we said a few minutes ago, you watch to see how far they go underwater when they do their start and their turns. When they do that turn, they come off and they're doing basically a dolphin kick underwater. As I mentioned, it's very, very difficult because you're racing and you're holding your breath while you're underwater and your lungs are just grasping for oxygen. Huge lead for the Wildcats. Far side of the pool, lane 7, there's a Berkley swimmer in second place. Wow. Nice swim over there in lane. That was a very good swim. No scores posted here, but we can safely say the Wildcats are probably going to win this meet by a sizable margin. Okay, 4 lengths breaststroke. A lot of people think breaststroke is, it's going to be debates within the world of swimming. A lot of people think it's maybe some people say it's the most difficult stroke. I don't mean that physically, but a lot of it gets down to the difficulty of timing your stroke with your arms stretching out in front of your face while at the same time your legs are kicking backwards. Coordinating the timing between those two things. Key thing we watch on breaststroke, obviously, it's the start. The swimmers go quite a ways underwater before they break the surface. Same thing on the turns. And the turns and the finish require a two-hand touch. If you watch the stroke, it's a lot different than recreation swimming. And starting with the arms are going to be narrow, whereas in recreation swimming we tend to do a wide, lazy arc because you just want to stay afloat, whereas in swimming it's all about speed, at least competition swimming. So long reach in front of your face. The hands stay close to the surface. They don't go too deep. And the kick itself is a sharp, hard kick backwards. So let's see who we have here. For the Oxford Wildcats in lane Lane 3, Brooke Menzik. Lane 4, Kinsey Jones. Lane 5, Maggie Pill. And lane 6, Gihan Maxwell. But I don't see. There we go. She was underwater. I was looking for our lead swimmer. Watch that kick. You see the face is going to be fairly close to the water. You don't want to get the head too far up. Nice touch here. Let's see a two-hand touch. Good job. All right. Wow, some very nice technique. All four of the athletes. What I'm looking at are very, very, very well-trained swimmers. Good job to the coaching staff here at Oxford High School. Or good job by the coaching staff. Okay, heat 2 of the 100 breaststroke. Let's talk about who we've got for the Oxford Wildcats. Lane 6. Over there getting some water splashed onto herself is Victoria McLennigan. Lane 4, toward the center of the pool, we've got Grace Charnstrom. And here closest to the camera in lane 2 is Kaylee Rogers. 4 lengths breaststroke. And off they go! Long ways underwater. Here in lane 2, Kaylee Rogers went at least half a length underwater, it seems. Grace Charnston in lane 4 has a slight lead right now. Lane 6, Victoria McLennigan is right in the race there. Right now she's very close to first and second. Berkley's got a slight lead at the turn, looks like, but it's anyone's race. Wow, nice turn by Grace, but the Berkley swimmer has about a half a second lead, maybe a quarter second. Pouring it on, pouring it on. Wow, what a close one. Yeah, we also stand for that. So first place, lane 5, 114.44. Second place, lane 4, 114.9. So about the difference of maybe half a finger. Okay, here we go. Tonight's last event, our final event. Brought to you by OCTV. Mr. William Service with the camera. This is Rod Charles with the microphone. Oxford Community Television. Give a call to the station if you wish, 248-628-9658. Charter viewers can see the events on channel 191 and AT&T subscribers channel 99. Okay, we have one heat, I believe. Let's take a look here. .400 freestyle. Each swimmer is doing 4 lengths. So lane 2, Izzy Frechette, Laura Mace, Emily Viken, and Tate Hamilton. That's lane 2.
Second leg, you're going right after her. And not
Lane 4 for the Wildcats, Sabrina Kirk, Rachel Cummins, Peyton Bailey, and Grace Charnstrom. Lane 6, Nellie Charnstrom, Addie Bishop, Kaylin Griffith, and Kiara Beltigjian. In lane 8 for the Wildcats, Maddie Lovins, Paige Hodder, Maddie Johnson, and Mackenzie Finley. Each swimmer doing 4 lengths. Here we are at Oxford High School, October 12th, Columbus Day. Wow, close race here. Well, you can really see how good Oxford is on those starts. Every Oxford swimmer picks up about a yard just getting off the starting block. A lot better coaching from the Oxford staff, I've got to say, on those starts. Oxford's pulling out, baby. Here we go. Last turn. All right, first for the Wildcats. Well, as we said a few minutes ago, there's no official score posted just yet, but just judging by the fact that Oxford consistently did well in every event and won most events, including the relays, it's a pretty safe assumption that the Wildcats take home another victory to remain undefeated in the season. Pretty cool to see. I want to say again thanks to my friend, Mr. Bill Service. My friend Bill Service, who's running the camera. This is Rod Charles here at Oxford High School. The Oxford Wildcats and the Berkley Bears, and I'd have to say that the Wildcats beat the Bears. So here in the Oxford Natatorium, sometimes we can say it's a swimming and diving pool, but we'll call it a natatorium for right now. So once again, here October 12th, Columbus Day, Oxford wins another swimming and diving meet to remain undefeated. We'll see you around.